And I am raw to the bone. Happy Monday, y'all. You know, the weekend goes by fast, but yet here we are again. What are we going to talk about today? We'll find out. But first, we're going to start out with the positive vibes because I always give it to y'all. Because what do I say? It's going to be a what?
Step one, wake up, brother, gonna rise in the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up,
today's gonna be a good day. Wake up,
today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do.
The aftermath of preparation.
Hey, good food, good mood.
Blood in circulation.
One step
at a time. Yeah, that's how you make it.
Set a goal
you control and the steps you take.
Hey.
I try to pick one thought, have some concentration.
And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day and call it replication. What?
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Good morning, Deb. Hey, wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a
good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's
Get these words, y'all.
Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo.
Hey, hillbilly. I'm barely breathing, y'all. I gotta fight knives from the demons, y'all. Negative thoughts are
poison the ride.
Come on.
Head full of thoughts, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap.
All the bad for the good.
In my head when I'm lost.
Hey. What? So I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive vibes are overtaken.
I got patience.
One day at a time, that's how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. What?
Know that I like to do it cause it's sensation.
I live my life in my head
like a narration.
Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I take it. What? Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Yes, Akwanza.
Today's gonna be a
good morning. Today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a
good day.
Today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Hey, today is going to be a good day. You know, I always say that. Even when I feel like shit, I say today is going to be a good day. I still say it, shit. Because I have to manifest that it's going to be a good day because my anxieties, they will fuck me up if I convince myself that today is going to be a shitty day. Like, I don't know. Every now and again, well, I do it a lot. Not every now and again. I talk about my anxieties on here because those shits are real, y'all. Them shits are really real. And I never understood why people said living with anxieties is hard. And I was like, how hard could it be? Listen, if I got 3 things on my plate that I know that I got to get done for the day, I start getting anxious. Like, I feel like I got to get everything done before my mind can relax, and it fucks with me. Like, my stomach start hurting and shit. Like, I got to finish packing my suitcase, and I'm looking at my suitcase over there, and I'm like, what? Is all that shit going to go in there? I even have the bags, the vacuum seal bags, to shrink my shit up, to put it in the suitcase. And I'm going to my mama's house for 2 weeks, right? And she has a washing machine and dryer, so why must I take all these clothes? I don't know. I have no fucking idea. But I'm going to figure out how to get all this shit in my suitcase, okay? I'm going to have to figure out how to get this stuff in my suitcase. Listen, what's happening. A lot of people tell people with anxieties, you have to relax. It's more to that. See, I used to think that too. When people be like, I have anxieties, I'd be like, just relax your little ass down. It's so much bigger and deeper than just relaxing. I'm doing both, Aquanda. I mean, I have my knapsack, which is big and it's going to have some shit in it. Like, I don't know what yet. It's going to have its own shit in it. So I'm going to have a knapsack carry on, right? And then I have my suitcase, which I'm checking. I bought the cheap ticket. I can't have like a carry-on. I can have one personal item. So I have this travel knapsack that I'm going to fill with a bunch of shit. you know? They want to charge me another $80 just to bring a carry-on bag. And I was checking my bag anyway. So I was like, why would I pay to bring the knapsack I'm gonna bring on the fuck anyway as my personal item? Good morning, Pat. Yes, if you're coming in, thank you, Georgie. If you're coming in through YouTube, give me the thumbs up on your way in. All right. Or Facebook, give me the thumbs up on your way in. Show me that you like it. All right. And I got some people on TikTok. I know I be trying to pack light. It just never works out because, women need, I need shit to sleep in. Right. I need my yoga clothes to walk in, which then turns into I need the walk-in sneakers, which is different from my casual sneakers. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pack your walk-in sneakers, your exercise sneakers, and then you got to pack your casual sneakers to wear with your outfits, right? Then you got to carry the bathing suits and all the cover-ups that go with the bathing suits, right? You know how that works. The beach bag, the fancy things, clip things that hold your towels down in place. I could go on, y'all. All little cute outfits because you think you're going to go somewhere every day and look cute. A bathrobe. Why I need a bathrobe at my mama's house? It's stupid. I need to look at this bag again. Good morning, Sammy. I always said I need help packing. Good morning, y'all. As we are gathering for the morning show, coffee with friends. Anything exciting anybody wants to share for the weekend that happened over the weekend? I don't really have anything that exciting other than nothing exciting. I did laundry. I packed. I did some small errands and shit. I'm pretty much 90% ready for Florida. I did some body butter orders to get those orders out before I left for vacation. Good morning. Good morning, Cheryl Lee. I binged watched some shows on TV. I didn't do anything that exciting. I was lazy. As Saturday, it rained all day, and I didn't feel like going out in the rain. So I didn't do anything. So what about y'all? Anything exciting? I have some friends that are in New Orleans right now, enjoying the city. All right. So I wish them lots of fun. Georgie said I danced to back that ass up in a huge crawfish outfit. My head almost fell off and got sucked. Okay, wait a minute, Georgie. Is this the same crawfish outfit that your man was dancing around at Johnson Park in for his birthday? I love New Orleans. Let me tell y'all what these motherfuckers do. In New Orleans, anybody and everybody, they just come out dressed in all kind of costumes for no reason and sometimes for a reason. While I was in New Orleans in March, they had a Smurf adventure. I don't know what the fuck it was called, but motherfuckers spray painted their bodies blue and they were dressed up like the fucking Smurfs. And they were running around Royal Street and Bourbon Street and they had their phones and there was an app on the phone. It was like a Pokemon thing. And I was like, these motherfuckers wake up in New Orleans with a mission to be some kind of character for the day. Like, I absolutely love it. Like, I'm such a big kid. I would be that one to spray paint my fucking ass blue and be walking around Bourbon Street talking about I'm looking for some shit. I would do it. I would absolutely do it. I would. Oh, Georgie. Oh, it's not the same costume. They made you a matching costume to his. I'm dead. Wait a minute. So y'all don't go to a costume store like Party City and just pick these costumes up. You guys actually have somebody make these costumes for y'all that y'all come out on Bourbon Street and shit with? Wait, let me go up to Hillbilly. What you mean today hurts, Hillbilly? What's going on? Grumble, grumble. Why are you grumbling this morning? And you said today hurts. Why today hurt? What you do over the weekend that got you hurting today? Probably something nasty. You know what? Before Hillbilly even gets started, because you know he's real freaky and nasty, and he be turning my show into Coffee with Friends After Dark real quick and shit. And we're not having Coffee with Friends After Dark until Friday. I'll be in Florida. All right. I'm going to read the positive thought because we always start our show off on a positive thought. This is Until Today by Ayan Lavanzan, a party weekend with family. Okay, Hillbilly. I'm glad it's that. Because with you, it could be anything. Fuck. May 22nd. All right. Georgie, okay, I'm going to read that shit because I'm dead. I'm dead with New Orleans. May 22nd. May is the month of acceptance, y'all, right? Accepting who you are, right? May 22nd. I am now receptive to the idea that parents can see the hidden parts of themselves in their children. Listen, y'all, because I read just a little bit of this morning. I didn't read the whole thing, but I read a little bit of this morning, and immediately it took me to a place personally. Listen to this. I am now receptive to the idea that parents can see the hidden parts of themselves in their children. There are so much things as, wait, let me read this again. There are no such thing as a problem child. There are, however, problem parents. The problem with parents is when they recognize the suppressed parts of themselves being acted out by their children, they go nuts. When parents see their children daring to do things they were convinced could not be done, they may feel insecure. When parents recognize that their children are willing to take risks they were not willing to take, or to overcome obstacles they believe were insurmountable, parents may feel inadequate. When parents understand that their children have the power to do what they make up their minds to do, parents feel that their authority is being challenged. When parents believe their authority is being challenged, they will do anything and everything to keep a child in line. They will even run the risk of destroying the child's spirit. When a parent is confronted by a child's opinions, they can make the child feel insecure. When a parent is confronted by a child's insights, they can make a child feel inadequate. When a parent is confronted with a child's ability to see the truth, know the truth, and speak the truth, a parent can make a child doubt their inner authority. When a parent is confronted with a child's sexuality, they can become totally confused, disoriented, and afraid. Parents know that they are powerful. At times, they don't trust themselves because they remember what their own parents said and did to them. They are so very afraid that they might do the same. The statement that I made raising my child, I am going to raise him different. That's what I said. Look what this says. They are so afraid that they might do the same. Until today, you may have been raising your children with the same fear and disregard with which you were raised. Or you may be doing your best to make sure your children are not raised like you. Just for today, take a good look at your children. Listen to them. See them for who they really are. Realize that your children offer a divine opportunity for you to give and to get some of the things you may have missed. Today, I am devoted to allowing myself to see my children as they are for who they are. How many people had a rough childhood, right? My question on today's topic, and I'm gonna go back and read Georgie's comment, but suppressing childhood trauma, right? How does it show up in your adult lives? How does our trauma impact our children, right? Famous saying, I will raise my child different from my parents. Famous saying. I hear a lot of people say it. Is this the only direction we need to know? Different? Is different better? Right? If we have not come to terms with our childhood trauma, and this is my opinion, my perspective, okay? If we have not come to terms with our childhood trauma, it can show up in our children. Simply saying you will do things different brings no change to the inherited trauma. Saying you will do things different brings no change to the inherited trauma. Different doesn't mean better, right? Are we blocking our children's blessings and their growth based on our childhood traumas, our own internal fears, things that we haven't come to resolution with within ourselves, things we have not healed, things we have not taken the time to understand? But yet we are quick to call a child a problem child. Why? Because we don't understand their behavior. It's not in line with what we understand. Now, I'm not talking about disrespectful kids. The fuck? There's a difference. Okay. Georgie said, back to and I'm gonna go deeper into what this meant for me when I had my child, right? Georgie said they have human horse races. I met the races yesterday. They crazy as hell. We buy some costumes. The crawfish costumes were made by an artist from Jamnola. Okay, got it. Got it. All right. Damn. What's the human horse race? People just ride on each other's backs? Hillbilly. Hillbilly said the only thing wrong with kids are the adults. Calling them a problem deflects away from your failures. What does that mean? Right? Even when people call other people's kids problem children, right? Because they're bad. Like I've been guilty of looking at people's kids and going, them motherfuckers are bad, right? I've been guilty of not wanting to be bothered, not wanting to babysit them motherfuckers, right? Because I don't want to be aggravated, right? But how does suppressing our own childhood traumas affect the growth of our children, right? Do we put limitations on our children based on the fears that we grew up with? And when we make the saying, I'm going to raise my child different than the way I was raised, what does that fucking mean? I'm going to tell you what it meant for me when I raised my child and the mistakes that I made that I didn't recognize I made until I got older, right? And I started doing a self-assessment of my life and I started recognizing, some of the errors. I ran away from everybody and everything that hurt me. Okay, when I had my son at 16 years old, I was pregnant at 15. I had my son at 16. When my circle of people, my support system, fell to the drug game, to the crack game, I was by myself. I felt like I was by myself, right? And I felt like I was drowning. And I looked at everybody in my life at that time, and I reflected on my own childhood and everything that I experienced, right? And even though I was 15 and pregnant, I kept saying to myself, I know that I want different for myself, right? And for this child, right? And ultimately, I didn't know what that was going to look like. I just knew I didn't want what I had, the life that I was in at that time. And I ran. I ran away from everything that I knew. All the people that I loved at that time, right? To save myself. And when I ran and I disconnected with these family members and people, it was like I ran to protect myself and my child. So I thought. And all I kept saying was, I'm going to give him a different life. And I worked hard, educated myself. And ultimately, right, my mother who raised me and my brother grew up basically in the Hooskow, right? Which is AKA jail. And based on all of that played into, I'm going to do things different. My child is not going to end up in the Hooskow. My child is not going to be raised in the ghetto. My child is not going to experience the street life. So I ran. I ran, right? I ran and I thought that where I ran to was going to give me different results because I said to myself, I was going to do things different than my parents, right? I always lived in a nice place. I had a maid clean our house, provided my son with whatever he wanted, doing things different. But ultimately, what I did was I materialized his life, right? I bought him anything he wanted, gave him what I thought an experience I thought he needed. But I isolated him from family members because I thought I was protecting him. But what I created ultimately was additional trauma, right? Because all he had was me. And when he got older, when I started to see that he wasn't interested in being with the family and being, a family guy, I was angry. And I was like, why are you not engaging with the family? Why are you not? Right? And then I said to myself, when I started to really analyze, I said to myself, I was going to do things different. And in that different, it wasn't better. I isolated him. So he didn't need anybody else. That was one. Two, I said I was going to do things different because I didn't want my son to end up in the Hooskow. So I thought me being in corporate, me providing for him living in nice areas was going to prevent that. No, my son did 2 jail terms. It was like my life was repeating itself. From everything that I said I wanted to do different, I was experiencing some of the same shit that I said I wanted to be different. If we suppress our childhood trauma, it shows up in other ways, other unhealthy ways that transfers onto the way we raise our children, right? And when our children develop these traumas, we're scratching our fucking heads trying to figure out how. I didn't understand this until about 7, 8 years ago. I'm a grown ass woman. My son is 40. And it was through a conversation, an argument that my son and I was having. And it almost makes me emotional because I love my son. I'll do anything for him. And you know what he said to me in an argument? I didn't hug him enough. I didn't say I love you enough. Right? Because I was too busy talking about I'm going to do stuff different. But I did not resolve my childhood trauma. Right? Too busy focusing on doing things different. Some of the nurturing was absent. Because I'm too busy working hard on the visuals of my life for me and my son, that the nurturing aspect of the relationship suffered. And where he needed me emotionally, it wasn't there. So be careful when we say we want to do things different, right? When we say that, we also have to commit, right? To digging deep into our own traumas and making sure that our different doesn't create new traumas. And I'm not ungrateful that we had that argument. I am very grateful to this day because when he said that, it made me step back. At first, when he said it, I was angry. Not at him, at myself. And then I hugged him. Suppressing our childhood trauma, right? Oh, Hillbilly. Let me tell you something. All right, so Hillbilly said, I don't have a wide range of emotions. It reflects in my child. That's a great point. My son. Because I explained the isolation because I ran and I thought, and so ultimately he isolates, right? And it hurt me because it's a trauma. He isolates, and he and his oldest daughter, who's 21 years old, they're not as close as I would love them to be. They're almost like the same. And I see a repeated trauma there, and it hurts my heart. And I feel like I want to fix it, but I can't. Like, they got to fix it. They got to see it. But I'm going to tell you how it's an inherited trauma based on what I read in the Mark Wolin book that we're reading, right? It didn't start with you. And based on my life experiences, okay? My son did not have a relationship with his father. Not that I prevented it, right? His father fell to the crack game, became a crackhead, and he died when my son was 8, right? And I would try to get my son to have a relationship with his dad's family, right? But he just couldn't fully connect, right? And now his daughter is the same way. I mean, they are like twins. And the thing that kills me is that when I used to tell my son, inherited trauma, like I said, my son's father died when he was 8, right? it's funny because his father didn't raise him, but this is how inherited trauma works, right? We're reading the book Mark Wolin. I don't have it in front of me right now, but it talks about inherited trauma that's passed down through the bloodline, whether you were raised by the person or not. And all through the years, I would tell my son, he reminds me of his dad. Like, he has his dad's DNA, like the way he acts, the way he comes across. And he used to be angry. He didn't want me to say it. Right? Because he didn't like the man because of the experiences he had with him. Right? So he didn't want to know that he looked like him. He had mannerisms like him. He didn't want to hear it. Well, I get that same similar response from my son's oldest daughter, my granddaughter who's 21. She's disconnected. It travels. We cannot suppress childhood trauma because it will show up in your children. Good morning, your average logical thinker. Good morning. We're talking about suppressing your childhood trauma and how that shows up in your children. Let me go up. Hillbilly said, if you only discipline with hitting and they get in fights in school, I don't wonder why. Great point. Like bullies, right? Normally when there's a bully, it's something going on at home. That's what they say. Shirley said, I believe you teach a child how to think, not what to think. I learned that after raising my kids. I wish I knew that then. I do apply it with my grands now. Twin Shirley, I didn't know a lot of stuff when I was raising my son, but I do try to apply it with my grands as well. Georgie say, yeah, they give each, oh wait, this is the human horseback shit. They give each other piggyback rides with horse masks. If you look at my story, you'll see somebody trying to drink. Well, he actually did drink with a horse mask on. I love New Orleans. I'm telling you. Good morning, Juanita. I get it. I get it, Georgie. The piggyback rides with the horse mask. I read through typos. Good morning, Valerie. Deb said, dang, this is deep. I wanted to have kids, but when it didn't happen, by the time I turned 30, I gave up the thought. But I didn't think about how we pass traumas on to our kids, so I'm thankful I didn't. Wow. Okay. Good morning, Aquanda. Safe flight, Valerie. Safe flight back to Buffalo. I'm sure you had a great time in Tampa. I'm on my way in 2 days. Hillbilly said, I taught her to be strong and independent. Wish I could have taught connectivity. Yes, Hillbilly. That part. Like, I'm such a needy mom. Well, I used to be. I retrained myself, right? Needy mom in a sense that I needed to speak to my son every day. You know, I would love to see him more, right? But he's not connected. Not even to me. He loves me. He absolutely loves me. But he's not connected. You know how some sons need to see their mom every weekend or as often as they can, or they call their mom every couple of days or whatever the case may be? Not him. But he does love me, but he's not connected. Right? Sometimes when we say we want to do different, it don't mean better. Your average logical thinker said, I was literally just thinking of my childhood trauma on my drive home. What were you thinking about, your average logical thinker? Like, what kind of childhood trauma did you have? Or what aspect of it were you thinking about? I was the same at Deb. I was the same, but at 36, God said something different. So you got pregnant at 36, unplanned. Your average logical thinker. Well, you know, like people be like, why you only had one kid? I be like, what? I had my son when I was 16. Like, you think I was sitting down planning to have more kids? I didn't know what the fuck. And by the time I got to a point where I was ready to have more kids, I was like, what the fuck? He grew up. Why would I want to? Why would I want to? Even though I did go through IVF with an ex. I roll my damn eyes. Right? And it was, I lost the babies, you know, and it was emotionally hard. But I'm gonna tell you no lie. God, thank you, God. I know some of y'all might be saying, "Oh, that's fucked up." She went through IVF and lost the baby, and she's thanking God. Yes, because the baby daddy, Lord have mercies. If I'd had to been tied to that motherfucker forever and ever and ever, and if he would have did the fuck shit that he turned around and did, and I'd have been tied to him forever, I don't know if I could have handled that. So you know what? Like I said, when I wake up in the morning, I thank God for my blessings and my trials and tribulations, right? Because some of those trials and tribulations were ultimately a blessing. Your average logical thinker said, I was thinking about people that publicly accuse the abusers decades later and what I would get out of it this late, etc. For some people, closure, right? That's a great point. When, you're dealing with being molested or raped, any kind of sexual assault, right? And you're trying to heal from that. And years later, you see where women and men are standing up and they're taking a stand against their perpetrators, right? Some people might say to themselves, what about me? Is it too late for me to stand up for myself? Right? But then a lot of women are afraid because the women are re-victimized. When they come out and they say, this man touched me 15 years ago, people start blaming the woman for not speaking up. But years ago, it was hard to speak up. It was hard to speak up. So I don't know, your average logical thinker, what would you get out of it? Everybody's answer is not going to be the same. What do you need to get closure and healing from that aspect of your life? What do you need? That's an individual question. Deb says, see, Roy, I don't know a single man from my past that I would have been happy to have shared a child with. So I completely understand. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. Good morning, Ghost. Right. And go. Right. So, Deb, you can still have children. You act like it's the end of the road for you. You can still have children. Hillbilly said, closure isn't what you think it is. Closure isn't what you think it is. What does that mean? That sounds like a gem. Closure isn't what you think it is. Your average logical thinker said, I appreciate those that come forward years later after a current accusation because it validates the current case. Yeah. Yeah. Credibility to the man that's saying he didn't do it. Right. And then there's other women that stand up from years later and in society, a population of people in society will be mad that the woman stepped forward years later. Right. But it's like the doctor who butchered me when I had surgery. Right. And some people will be like, and I know the insurance company and all these people are probably like, this bitch dragging this case out years. Why? Because some people sue motherfuckers because they want the money, right? To me, this is bigger than the money for me. I want to know why this doctor continues to be able to get malpractice insurance and is allowed to operate on women when he is butchering people, in my opinion. Right? credibility. And I hope somebody stands up for me that got butchered by this doctor years ago and said, I want to help. I hope. Exactly. It's all in one's perspective. I agree with that, Aunt. Hillbilly. Hillbilly said, I grew up, then I hurt my abuser. I got closure at a cost. That part. Closure isn't always what you think it is. You paid for your closure. Deb said 40 and too old for myself to be trying to pop out some kids. Listen, people are popping kids out at 40 and 50. I ain't mad at you though, because the fuck. Listen, the one thing I cried about was having a kid as a teenager because it was hard as fuck. But baby, I was celebrating in my 20s when my son was independent and motherfuckers was just having their kids. I was like, baby Jesus, I'm done. I'm almost the fuck done. I was free. I was free in my 40s. People were just having, I was a grandmother in my 40s. I was free. I appreciated it. Shit, I cried in my teen years. But in my 40s, I was like, the fuck? I'm ready to go on vacation. Everybody was like, well, I don't have a babysitter. I was like, what? Babysitter? I was out. The fuck? Good morning, Red Fox. Wait, your average logical thinker said Hillbilly. I'm sure it was worth it. Was it worth it, Hillbilly? Was it? Hillbilly said on one hand it was. On the other, what did I become? Woo! That part, Hillbilly. Oh my God. That part. Hillbilly said it was worth it. Paying my abuser back. Getting the closure that I needed. But on the other hand, what did I become? That part. What did you become, Hillbilly? How did getting that closure in the way that you got that closure from your abuser, how did that change you? Exactly, Onk. How did that change you, Hillbilly? Yeah, see, your average logical thinker, I cannot. Your average logical thinker said, oh my God, that's me. Missing out at 44 because my kid is only 8. See, I can't. The fuck? I cannot. My grandchild was about 7. The fuck? In my 40s. I was like, what? I know, Deb. That shit is deep. Hillbilly, get back here. I want to know what you became or what you think you became. How did that closure change you? Aquanda said, I had my daughter at 19, raised her for 3 years, and then went to live with my mom. And then she went to live with my mom. Same for my son. I regret not being a hands-on mom, but I don't regret the overall outcome. Got it, Aquanda. That must be hard. That must be hard. I want to ask you a question. You say you regret being a hands-on mom. How does this play out in your children's lives today? And is this open dialogue that you have with your children today? I'm asking. Mm, mm. Hillbilly. Baby. Hillbilly said, when you complete the cycle of abuse, you become an abuser. So I had to fix that. Hillbilly, I love you. The recognizing of the fact that sometimes the abuse that you incur might cause a trauma that causes you to be an abuser. Recognizing that shit and fixing it is what's key. Recognizing that shit and fixing it is what's key. I'm proud of you, Hillbilly, for that. Because a lot of us are raised and have had experiences that have lent to our toxic traits. And it becomes our responsibility as adults. We cannot blame other people for the way that we act. It doesn't matter what has happened to us, right? What has happened to us doesn't give us the right to abuse others, to mistreat others. It doesn't, right? We have to be responsible for our trauma as adults and fix them. There's a population of people that are still going around talking about in their 30s and in their 40s, talking about because my mama and because my daddy. You have to fix you. You are responsible, not your mama and your daddy, because your mama and your daddy probably did what they did based on their own trauma. So when you're going to stop the passing of the inherited trauma from bloodline to bloodline to bloodline, you got to stop and you got to fix you so that you can stop the madness. That's what I pray for my son, that he don't repeat the trauma. And I pray for that for his kids. And I pray for my continued growth. Your average logical thinker said, thank God for your mom, Aquanda. A lot of people don't have that option. Blessed. Facts. Facts. Your average logical thinker said, Hillbilly, that's beautiful. You recognize that and worked on it. Praise God. Yes. I'm telling you, Deb, Hillbilly in here taking it up a notch for real. Because this is what we be talking about with recognizing your downfalls and recognizing your trauma and working on fixing them shits. You can't continue to blame other people for the way you act. If you raggedy, fix it. Aquanda said, I was always there for all events and graduations. My daughter is on the right path to adulthood. My son needs more work. Currently, he's incarcerated. That's why I was distant 6 weeks ago. Baby, Aquanda, you ain't got to be distant here. You know I am very upfront about my life and my son, who did 2 jail bids. Okay? I say it all the time. I lived in embarrassment. I isolated myself. I was depressed. I was on Zoloft for several months. Until I recognized that what? This is nothing to be ashamed of. Life be lifing, y'all. Right? And the only thing we could do, hey, Ghost, good morning. And the only thing we could do is stand by our children and be the best support system we could be. However you think you could be that. Now, some mamas are like, go to jail. I ain't going to see you until you get the fuck home. If that's what you do, that's what you do. Right? But never feel ashamed when your child end up incarcerated. I'm just saying. I'm saying that now because I used to be ashamed, but fuck that shit. Yeah, Ghost. Tell Hillbilly to jump on this live. The man said he didn't know how to do videos. He videoing the fuck up in Discord. He fucking it up. Oh, what you do? All you gotta do is hit the camera on YouTube.
Yeah, I thought, man, like I said in that comment, I just came just to sit in. Like I can't say too much. Like he dropping some real jewels this morning, so I'm gonna let him keep doing his thing. I'm just here.
Yeah, he dropping some gems this morning for real. Hillbilly, come on now. You need to be on camera the fuck morning. Seriously, somebody need this lesson, this word you talking about. Red Fox said, I was beat as a child and grew up in 8 different homes. I confess I used to verbal abuse my family, but I realized that and changed it because that's not the reason why I have my own family. Wow. You see that? I was beat as a child. And it makes me think, how we question these days why people are hard on us beating our kids and why it's a big deal about beating the kids and shit like that. Because, maybe there's a little bit of truth to that. I mean, we all normalize growing up and getting beaten. I got my ass beat. And we normalize it, right? But ultimately, how does that play into who we are as adults? Some of us will be like, it had no impact on me in life. But did it? Maybe it saved you, but maybe like Red Fox, it had a different reaction.
Nigga, if you don't move and get the fuck on.
Who you telling move and get the fuck on, a dog?
Yes. Man, look, man. Kenya need to hurry up and finish doing whatever she doing in that backyard so he can take his little hyper ass back.
Oh my God. Hillbilly said Robin hasn't taught me how to get on live. Ghost can tell you he's on there. Ghost, tell him how to get on live on YouTube.
Click the link, and when they open up that other page, go back to YouTube first. Click YouTube again just to go to the homepage and get out this live video right here. And go back to that one and just hit join.
And hit join.
That's
You
it.
go to YouTube and you hit join. That's it. Yes, Deb, tell them, click the link, Hillbilly. The link is in my bio. You click my channel, my YouTube channel, and you hit join. That's it. All right. Oh shit! Yes, Hillbilly.
There we go. There we go.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, you dropping gems this morning, Hillbilly. I love it.
I'm still in my robe, so the hell
I was
with
about to
it.
say, boy, that boy got a robe on and all. See, y'all gonna make me pull my robe out the back of the closet, man.
No, you the wife beater man, all right? You the wife beater man. Oh my God, we got Hillbilly on here. Yes, y'all. Everybody screaming Hillbilly in the house. I love it. Hi, Hillbilly. Nice to meet you. I'll holler in the squalor host. I love it. So Hillbilly, you dropping gems on us this morning, and it's so deep because you had Red Fox come out and admit the same thing. When he grew up under the demise of abuse, and he recognized that he became a verbal abuser. Right. And it takes me back to my ex, right? And how my ex used to talk to me. And I remember some of the things he used to say. This is where I say people normalize toxic behavior, because he used to be like, oh, my father used to beat my mother's ass. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like, is that okay? Like, that's not nice. Right. Or my father used to yell at my mother, or whatever the case may be. And he didn't realize that he had that same temperament, that same verbal abusive way. Right. And so when people recognize that about themselves and they go into this healing journey and they fix it, that's powerful to me. But what pushed you to fix it, Hillbilly? What was the breaking point that said, I got to fix this?
It ain't fun going out and whooping everybody's ass every day. You think it is,
Yeah.
Get
but
tired.
I mean, you take the licks too, so it hurts.
Yeah. 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 That's
You
true.
got to straighten up. Do you want this for your family?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. And so you woke up one day and say, I had to change. What type of work had to go into that for you?
Oh dear God.
You said, oh dear God. What kind of work did you have to do to overcome that? Because a lot of people don't recognize their abusive ways. They make excuses for it. They say stuff like, this is how I am. Don't fuck with me, or I'm gonna whip your ass, or some shit like that. They wash it over.
Well, a lot of people want to say, take the problem out of the solution, out of the equation. Well, I was the problem. So I had to be reclusive. That gave me time to think. And then you start getting back going, well, let me do it a different way. Let me make a plan. And today I'm a way better man. I'm not in my 20s anymore.
I love that.
But it
Icy.
makes you angry. Life makes you angry.
Yeah, it do. Yes,
It
it do.
does.
Ooh,
It
I
does.
experience that on a daily.
It does. It
So
definitely.
you can get over yourself. You can go on. Usually we're our own biggest roadblock.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Who said, "Where's the link? I'm coming to sit in." Oh, I done missed all of that.
Man, I was about to say them comments been flowing as
I
since
put the
then.
link up late. All right, I see Angel jumped on. Um, so one of the things with me is I'm still unpacking a lot of my childhood shit. Like one of the biggest things for me is I grew up, and I talk about this a lot, and so I know that I'm still unpacking this. Like I even gave a walk. I used to give these talk and walks, coffee with friends, walk and talks on Sunday, and I talked about being alone. And the one thing that I'm grateful for is, these past 2 years, I have forced myself to spend time alone with myself. Like normally I'll get up and I'll find shit to do, or I'll go pick places and I'll surround myself with people constantly, right? And then when I got alone, I found that I was thinking about all the wrong shit and not comfortable with myself and being angry about a lot of things. And I said, you know what? I need to sit in this shit. Like I need to figure out what this shit is. And I forced myself these last 2 years to sit, to be able to sit still with myself, with my own thoughts, learn to love my own company, number one, learn to be by myself without being surrounded by other people, right? And try to create a level of security around myself because I'm still battling going out to places alone. Because growing up, this is the childhood trauma in me. Growing up, each time I was alone, something happened to me. Right. And so I think that's my fear right now, being alone. What's going to happen to me if I'm by myself? Probably nothing, but I'm suppressing a trauma of things that always happened to me when I was by myself. Right. And so these are things that we got to work through. And this could roll over to your children because what is the first thing we do with our children? Everybody driving their kids to school now. They don't want their kids to be by themselves. Everything, the parents are up their children's asses because they don't want them to be by themselves.
Oh Lord, boy, my daughter's mother let her sleep in the bed with her every night. Like, bro, if you don't stop doing that shit, she's gonna be codependent on having to fall asleep with somebody all the fucking time. I ain't that parent because when she come with me, man, I be trying to get her to sleep by herself. As long as she got her brother or somebody with her, like she all right. You put her in the room by herself,
How
and
old is she?
best believe she's gonna wake up in the middle of the night, come knocking on the door. Well, she's 6. She'll be 7 this year.
Okay. She's still young.
But still, you sleep in the bed with your mama every night, so now you can't sleep by yourself. Like you wake up in the middle of the night, come knocking on the door, crying for me and shit like that, because you can't sleep by yourself. Like, I don't like
Hmm.
that. I don't like that.
Hmm.
And I done told her mama plenty of times, like, but you need to stop doing that. I understand that you be lonely sometime or whatever, but stop letting the kids sleep in bed with you every fucking night.
Your average logical thinker said, I vowed to God I would never abuse my kid because of what happened to me. I was so scared of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding? You were scared of breastfeeding because of I have learned to enjoy my solitude without having to be around others. It really gives you time to reflect. But then when people stay alone for too long, then they get used to that shit. She's still young though, Ghost. That's pretty average. I wholeheartedly believe she will grow out of it. I think so too. She's 7. She's a baby.
I mean, she ain't 7 yet, but still, every night. Like I said, I can understand some nights, but every night. Like she has her own bed in her own room, but still yet you let her come sleep in your bed every night. Like, what are you doing?
Kids are like, I remember again, the last relationship I was in, my ex had 4 children, and they were young. And the little girl always wanted to come into bed and sleep with us, right? And you got to close that. window, Hillbilly, YouTube window.
Yeah, the first YouTube window that you was on.
Yeah. Um, so she used to knock on the door and want to come in bed and sleep with us. I said no. And it caused an argument between me and my significant other at the time. She was like, no. I didn't want her to sleep with us because one, I'm not her mom, right? And kids, I don't, I don't want nobody to say I touched their kids. So I don't want their kids in bed with me until I get to know the kids really, really, and I build a relationship with the mom.
Oh,
Fuck that.
going there's something wrong with you, dog.
Wait a minute. I miss breastfeeding. Now my baby pointing due south. You want somebody to suck the titties. You miss breastfeeding. My breasts were big as a kid, and it was focal point of the abuse. I was scared it would trigger something to feed the baby, but it was the opposite. Okay, now wow.
It ain't me. What you talking about?
I know that's average. That's hillbilly. Hillbilly got to close the
Yeah, I don't say
YouTube
not this page where you went live at, but the
the
original
other
YouTube
tab.
page. Gotta close that out.
It's not go to the average eyes. Hello, that's is it still there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
One more thing.
yeah. Close the YouTube window. Oh wow, average. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I know I am too. They blaming you, Ghost.
That's why
They're
I said
like
it's
mute
not me.
Ghost. They're like mute Ghost. Yes, why I need to see you. You have enjoyed so much time alone that you really like being alone. That's what I'm saying. I love that. I love that. I wanted to, I was so glad when I read a little bit because I thought of the topic before I read some of the positive thought today. And it just took me to some things that I'm still triggered about these days. Um, you know, childhood trauma. And a lot of people would say to me, damn, Robin, you've been in your on your healing journey for 3 years, right? How long you gonna heal?
However long it take, motherfucker.
Right. Think about the question that these people ask you. Think about the question that these people ask you, right? I have to mute Hillbilly until he talks, and then I'll unmute him because you got the feedback. But think about how long, how many years, right? It took you to incur the abuse that you occurred. How many years you went through that. And as soon as you say, I enter my healing journey, people expect you to heal real
Immediately.
quick, right? Real fucking quick. Say something, Hellbilly. Let me see if it's still there.
How about now?
It's good.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. All right. So, people expect you to heal overnight, but think about the years of the pain that you dealt with. Look how long that took, right? So don't ever let anybody make you shame for still dealing with the same thing. Like some people might say to me, "Oh my God, you still healing from that?"
The
Yeah.
only people that ask is people that don't understand who ain't never been through shit.
Some shit just doesn't heal. It just scars.
That's it. That too.
That part. That part. Some shit don't heal, it just leaves a scar. Right? You ever got those scars? Like I got scars on my body right now. You ever look at a scar and be like, that was when I climbed the tree. This one is when I rode a big wheel. This one is when I did this. Right? You got scars that you look at and it take you back to that place and that time and that incident that happened to. That's the same thing with the things that happen in your life. And people think that because you talk about these things that you are reliving them, that you are not healed from them. No, it's a hillbilly. Thank you. It's a scar.
A battle.
It
Thank you, Cheryl. It's not a cookie cutter process. as many as it took to create. Yes, Rochelle, welcome to our show. You're new. Are you from YouTube? Well, Red Fox, break it down for us. Red Fox said there's abstract scars and then there's concrete scars. What's an abstract scar? Emotional scars, them shits. Yep, definitely. What's an abstract scar? A concrete scar, I would imagine, is something
A
that,
physical scar.
yeah. An abstract scar is what, like emotional scar?
Like, man, you see my collarbone sticking out right there.
Mm-hmm.
I got a stitch line right there every time it get cold and this shit start fucking with me. I mean, I think about my motorcycle accident. They gave it to me, but I mean, it ain't, you know, it ain't for no negative reason. Like I still be looking at it sometimes. I'm like, damn, I really went through that shit like that. That's what's up. I mean, I don't remember it, but that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I only know what happened from that motorcycle accident because the people who was there that saw it told me what happened. Other than that, I still don't remember that shit to this day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Think about physical scar when you get a physical scar in your body and you have surgery, right? Oh, he's outside. We going outside. Take us outside, hillbilly. He said, think about the scars that you get, like surgical scars and stuff like that, right? You get scar tissue that remains there, right? It's almost like these permanent scars that we have in our lives. Oh, my new Tampa friend. Okay, Rochelle, aka Onk. I can't pronounce the whole name from YouTube. Every scar has a lesion behind it. It takes years to realize that were traumatized. Why do they expect that it's going to go away instantly? Sometimes you don't get rid of it, but teaches you how to manage. Teach you how to manage. I love that. Your average life is like, you know what I'm fucking doing.
You come on, behold, I cut myself.
I cut myself. I'm dead, y'all. I'm so damn dead. Oh my God.
I don't know if you can see this shit. Yeah, but that's from the same. That's from the same accident.
I see it.
That right there.
Do you wear
Yeah.
like your motorcycle? You wear the long sleeve jackets, or you just wear the vest, your colors?
Nah, the only time I wear like the lacrosse jacket is like if we going out of town, like on a far ride.
Okay,
Other than that, nah, I don't.
you just wear your vest.
Mhm. That's it.
Okay, Hillbilly, what you doing? Sitting outside having coffee?
I didn't hear you.
You sitting outside having coffee?
I'm losing signal. We got shitty internet here.
We hear you.
I've done that. I've done that. No cap. Just to show my tattoos. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, what's the
Wait,
point of
don't
getting?
shout with his shirt off like now. For
You know what
real?
I'm saying? Yeah, I done rolled my shirt off just to show all my tattoos. Like, what was the point of getting all this hit the fuck up if I'm not gonna show it? You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Y'all
yeah.
spread.
You know what I'm saying? I just prayed I didn't fall. That's all. Cause this is gonna
Wait,
be
so
a lot of pink shit going on if I fall.
thank you. I was getting ready to say the fuck if you fall off that crotch rocket, no damn shirt on, you gonna be fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't get on the freeway like that, but you know,
Mm.
you feel me? All this right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't get all this hit
He
up
said I
for
ain't get all this
nothing.
shit not to show it. The fuck?
You know what I'm saying?
I can't with you.
I'm gonna tell you, shirt off for the summer.
I can't with you. How you said how many people are in your club again? 60?
It's like 60 something on the roster. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. Does Fancy go to your club? Does Fancy go down to your club?
No, she's not into motorcycles. So I keep my personal life and my motorcycle life.
Got it. How does that work?
It works out wonderfully. I
Okay.
don't say, but actually, my two of my best friends, well, I take it, but three, my best actually are in the club too. So
Okay. That's cool.
one of them actually recruited me into the club, like, and that's when I met him. And the second one, I met him through the one that recruited me. And the third one, he's actually in the club because of me.
Okay, got it. Roy, where are you going in that orange dress I saw on IG? I was going to get my hair fixed. I wasn't going no damn where. The sun was shining, and orange is my favorite color. And so I threw that dress on and my sneakers, and I was like, "Oh, this look cute," and I took a picture. But I was going to get my hair fixed, y'all. I wasn't going no place crazy. Oh, Red Fox said, "Can he get in the club?"
You got a motorcycle? Well, not no scooter, not no Can-Am, not
Oh,
none of this three-wheel shit that they be trying to get on. No,
oh,
no. You
Red
gonna get
Fox,
in the
where you live
thing.
again? You live in Texas? Red Fox, are you in Texas? Are you serious? Because I really want to see you get recruited. Because if you get recruited, we gonna know. We gonna know
I'm gonna
what you.
say, well, from the story that I told you before, that a lot of never
I
mind.
remember the story.
Dealing with what?
I couldn't be fancy dealing with what? He's in the club, motorcycle club. That ain't nothing. He separates that. You mean what they do in that club? She don't care.
At the same time, you don't know what we do. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
'cause
don't know.
we don't tell you everything, and everything ain't your business, and depending on what it is, we don't do it in front of other people. Only club members only.
Red Fox, you cannot. Now I'm gonna tell you for ghosts. No, you can't join. You said forget the one eye. That's not even it. You can still be
He
on
skipped two of everything.
the three
Damn,
wheels. He said no three wheels, and you live in Florida.
damn that boy said I got one eye.
He can ride a
I
motorcycle
got
with one
three
eye.
wheels. Uh,
He can ride a motorcycle with one eye. Y'all would take a member with one eye, right? They can still ride.
yeah, the amount of eyes you got. I mean, as long as you at least got one of them motherfuckers,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah,
But
you
you can't
cool.
have a three wheeler.
Now,
Now,
mine, don't get it fucked up. But everybody's gonna be nervous riding next to you. We're riding in a group with it. We're going to the club. Don't fuck with you. I ain't gonna lie to you, my bro.
wait a minute. They gonna be nervous riding next to somebody with one eye.
Yeah.
Don't that one eye get strong that they can see with two?
Man, look, I don't give a damn how strong your vision get to losing one eye. I don't think that I can still see over the arch of your nose to look in that peripheral vision on the other side.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's like riding a motorcycle. Your reflexes got to be quick. I mean, you got to be your reaction time has to be on point.
Listen, Aquanda is with the three wheels. So Red Fox, when Aquanda opened up her motorcycle club, you can join hers, but Ghost Club is not taking three wheelers.
Yeah, two wheels only.
It gotta be two wheels only. Theo said, I believe. Wait, Aquanda, why you wait? What I missed? Let me go the fuck up. The fuck up. This motherfucker is considering talking to a therapist. His doctor's office is a Walmart clinic. They have counseling. It's a start. That's a start. Your man. That's a start. Theo said, I believe we are always healing. You learn how to live with it. But depending on what you are healing from, how you heal may vary. The roadmap is different depending on what you are healing from. Agree. Aquanda, why? You threatened to kick him out so he getting therapy now? How did he wake up and decide he was going to go to therapy? He's doing it because of his depression. He's been depressed for years.
Hey, taking accountability and doing something about it. That's what's
Thank
happening.
you.
That's
We
what's
can,
happening.
I ain't got nothing negative to say. Because let me tell you, I just fucking said on here, we are responsible for our healing, right? And so when people recognize that they're fucked up and they go work on themselves, what can I say? I can't say shit. It's the motherfuckers that know they fucked up and don't give a fuck. I'm going to talk about them. I'm not going to talk about people that recognize their downfall and want to get some damn help. Hillbilly said I could drive across my state on an ATV. We know because it's only but right there, like this.
No bullshit. I want a Banshee. I
What's
want
that?
a Banshee four-wheeler. I want that
Is
shit.
that one of them funky looking roach looking cars that people be driving?
Not an actual four-wheeler. I mean, like an ATV.
He got an ATV.
That's what I'm saying. That's what a four wheeler is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want a Banshee. A Banshee is the brand.
Oh, okay. You want a four wheeler, but Banshee is the brand. Okay, got it.
The Banshee is like one of the coldest four wheelers out.
Wait, Red Fox, how do you at people? Shift to the at sign, and
I
then
don't
they
say yeah. Every like thing I told you. That's why I laugh because
right a slingshot, but it's
no,
not a slingshot.
no,
It's a four
no,
wheeler.
no, no. Oh, yo, you want to come say hey? You want to come say hey? To come say hello. You know who? What time is it? It's 8:18.
Is that our chef?
No, that's not Peanut.
That's not Peanut.
That's Fancy.
Hi, Fancy.
Oh my God.
But she don't have to get on the camera. Don't push her to get on the camera. Hey, Ma.
He's
We
about,
miss
I'm gonna
you.
pop through. I'll be back. I'll be
Oh,
back.
okay.
David, come on now. You know her. She got her bonnet on right now. She was just walking around doing shit. She not getting on camera like that. You
Why
know.
she can't get on the camera with a bonnet?
First
Listen,
of all, she ain't doing that. Like she has to be together.
I go to my man's house. I carry my bonnet. I'm like, we wear bonnets. Like, what the?
Well, yeah, like here in front of me, she ain't tripping, but she not getting in front of the world like that.
All
That's,
she gotta
that's
do is
why.
take it
That's
off.
why
Her hair is
Debbie. That's why
beautiful.
Debbie laughing. Huh?
All she gotta do is take it off. Her hair is beautiful.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what she just said?
Yeah.
It'll never happen. That
Hmm.
would never happen. She ain't going nowhere unprepared.
I don't blame her shit. I wash my face and brush my teeth before I get on here in the morning.
Look,
I'm just
that's
fuck.
that's that light skin shit.
Why it got to be light skin shit? So you
That's
saying
that
dark
light.
skin people would jump on here with their bonnet on?
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all ain't right.
Yeah,
Y'all ain't the fuck right. That ain't right. Well, aren't we happy that we got to see Hillbilly today?
yeah. I'm saying like I my for whatever reason like the picture that he got on what is that Discord or something like that like it don't blow up on my
Yep.
phone so I can't really see it. So to
Yep.
actually put a face to the name, it was like okay, now actually seeing his face, it understands why he has so much knowledge. I'm
Yes.
saying I'm saying this to be funny, but it's also a good thing too. But the reason why I said that it makes sense because when I saw him is you're old. You know what I'm saying, and that's cool. Like I hope to get there.
Yeah.
To have to live the long life like that and to learn so fucking much. Oh man, the guidance from that age. Oh Lord.
Well, I mean, I would imagine Hillbilly and I are probably about the. Is Hillbilly and I about the same age?
Hey, good
Hey, Boo!
morning.
I thought her hair was done. Hey, Mama.
Good morning. What's
Yes,
up?
I love Fancy. You missed Hillbilly Fancy.
Oh man.
You gotta go back and rewind so you can see his face.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You're not heading to work today this morning?
No, I got late appointments today.
Okay, good. All right.
They all afternoon.
Okay. Oh, Hillbilly is 50. So Hillbilly is younger than me. But you know what it is, Hillbilly? You come with so much knowledge. And it's probably because of the experiences that you've been through. And we so appreciate you sharing them here with us.
I'm saying you done in that backyard?
You know, a lot of people
In the
on
backyard?
this show that follow me are
Done in the
younger than
backyard.
Hillbilly. So we're like the old heads.
Oh.
Juanita said, Adequanda, I'm glad your guy is seeking help. I hope he is not doing it just to stay with you, though. Well, listen, whatever reason, right, Hillbilly, this is what I'm saying. We come through our experiences. Oh, right. Juanita and I are the same age. So we got some old heads on here. And so I appreciate that, Hillbilly. You've been through a lot. So I love it when we're able to share our experiences. I know we're older than Hillbilly. Yep. Wait, well, Quanda said I tell him to get out every day. His ass still here. Well, he's not. He don't have no
You
place to
said
go.
go every day, so you can tell them to get out.
Okay, old head, another old head. I'm in the process of making an old head tea. All right. I know that's right. He a silver fox. That's why. Yeah, because he gray. I love it. I appreciate y'all. Wisdom and experience doesn't always have an age in that part.
At all.
That's true too. That's true too. Right? That's true too. Cause some of y'all motherfuckers got a lot of experience and don't have a lot of years. You know? So that's true too. Right? But the one key thing that the message that I wanted to bring across today is that, as we navigate, for those of us that have children, grandchildren, even just for ourselves, right? Suppressing childhood traumas is dangerous, and navigating your life saying stuff like, I'm going to do things different than the way my parents did it, doesn't always lend to be better, right? And avoiding dealing with your childhood traumas is not a good option either. But this is not something that I always knew. This is something I learned over the last several years because I didn't even recognize that I had childhood trauma, or I didn't recognize that childhood trauma was driving my everyday life and my everyday experiences, and how my relationships were developing was related to childhood trauma. Because again, I've always been afraid of losing people. I've been afraid of rejection, abandonment. And so I hold on to people, but no more. I'm no longer afraid of being alone, right? And that is the work that I'm doing with being alone with myself. I am no longer afraid of people letting people go or people letting go of me. It doesn't, it might hurt me for a minute because we grieve, but it's not going to be one of those things that have me sitting in the corner trying to figure out why the fuck they let me go.
Right? Like it ain't at the end of the world.
Right. Because people do what they need in that particular time. So if you let me go, then you didn't value our relationship as much as I thought you did. And it's okay. You did the right thing. Let me the fuck go.
Right? I don't say, man, y'all don't see how this shit still say down with all this fucking gray on my chin.
I love the gray. Marcus, you had daddy issues. And how did that play out in your adult life? These are the things we have to think about. And how do you fix that? At the end of the day, all you have is you, right? And that's why we got to work on ourselves. The
I,
fuck?
I ain't gonna care. I used to have, if you want to call it daddy issue. I remember the last word I ever said to my sperm donor was "fuck you with an AIDS dick." Yeah, fuck him.
You don't ever feel like you need to work on that relationship? No.
Nope. I mean, like I said, I've never met that man before a day in my life, and every time that I have talked to him, it's because I tracked him down. I looked for him like, bitch, you ain't never just magically called me one day. Man, you ain't never looked for me. And then like after Katrina happened, the first time I talked to him after Katrina happened, he gonna sit there and feed me some bullshit ass lies talking about man, I was calling around down there looking for you and your mama. Boy, if you don't shut the fuck up, no you wasn't. No you wasn't. That was a
Where
lie.
he live? What state?
Florida actually.
Okay.
And then, like I've met his mother and his sister, you know what I mean? Because like my mama took me to Florida one time to go meet them, but I've never met him.
Okay. Oh, I gotta go listen to the song Hillbilly. Red Fox is 33. Okay, Red Fox. You still growing.
Why?
Young. Okay.
Maybe it's the beard. Like on the computer right now, it's like his profile picture is a little small and with a beard. You
Yeah,
look
he had
older.
a beard.
You're like you look older in that picture. So I thought you was older than me. I ain't gonna lie to you,
Yeah.
but you're not. You're
But
young.
Hillbilly, yep, he's a true hillbilly. But I love that beard. You took the beard off Hillbilly.
I was talking about Red Fox.
We was no Hillbilly. You took the beard off. Didn't you have a long beard in one of your pictures? Do you still have a long beard? I couldn't see your chin. I love long beards, like
Uh,
the long ones where you got to be like this. I love them shits. Like I want to pull it. I want to play in it. I want to sniff it.
you just want yo.
My cootie cat on it.
That's it. I'm gonna say you just want all your juices just stored in here.
I do.
Cause that ain't nothing but a big ass sponge at the bottom of his chin.
I love it. Yes,
I
I
don't, man.
love
I
it.
was like, man, I can't do the beard like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like that shit is fucking itchy. Like y'all some brave motherfuckers. I can't do that shit. Like that shit irks my soul. That shit is too fucking itchy for me. Oh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm the oldest of five. His five. We got along great, but like brothers, not son and father. So you got the friendship aspect of your dad, but not the dad. And some of us make that mistake too. And that was one of the things that I did. I think my son and I were more friends than the mom aspect of it. That's where the need was absent. That's deep.
See, I tell my kids, I done told my kids plenty of times before, I'm not your friend. I'm not your
Yeah.
fucking friend. I'm your parent. So we can goof off, have fun all you know what I'm saying, all day, every day. Don't
Hmm.
think you finna act around me how you act around your friends. Cause
Hmm.
that ain't gonna fly. I'm not one of them. You ain't finna talk to me how you talk to your friends on nothing. I hit you square in your fucking throat. Like, nah.
Mm. Marcus said, I hate getting around his friends, and he fronted like he was doing so much and never did. Mm. Yeah, that's hard to hear your dad brag about shit he ain't really do. That's hard. That's hard. And
That's
so,
like,
Marcus, I don't know if you have children of your own, but what are some of the things that you said to yourself when you had your own children with this experience that you had?
yeah, like a thing. Well, not to me, it ain't. It ain't hard balance being cool and disciplined as a single parent. Cause I'm gonna tell you,
Well, you can't say it's not for you.
but
It's not.
yeah, that's why I said
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's not hard. The only reason
yeah,
why I say that, cause in my mind I know it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We could be having the best time all fucking day long. Like gave him the best day he's ever had, the one he ever dreamed of. Halfway through the day, I'd have pulled out a belt and whooped his ass for some bullshit that he did. Guess what? He gonna be mad for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then shit is right back to the way it was.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It don't matter, you know what I'm saying, like you whooping your kids or disciplining them or whatever the case may be, they still gonna love the shit out you.
Yeah.
They
You know,
still
I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't recognize I did
I
that.
still got feelings and emotions because I'm a man. Don't mean it's
Yeah.
like I don't I don't show those emotions in front of my kids. I still do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? It's not till I'm by myself to where like that shit start coming out. You know what I'm saying? I just don't let it out in front of them.
Yeah.
I'm saying like do you know how much it hurts my feelings to whoop my daughter? Oh my god! What? Like I be want to die right there in front of her. Like before I even do it, I'm about ready to die. No, like that hurt, but I can't show her that. It's like you did something wrong, and I have to do this. Like I have to, otherwise you're not gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? You're
Hmm.
gonna continue on doing some bullshit. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it's like it's just hey, I handle it. I walk off. You know what I'm saying? Move around. So like I understood when a lot of parents, well, when we was younger and we would hear our parents say, "This is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you,"
Hmm.
because you just getting some little physical shit right now. That to you, a whooping ain't nothing but some physical shit. Like it hurts. You know what I'm saying? In that way, that's it. But to a parents, like this just hurt me mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like this just hurt me within my soul to have to do this to you. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit hurt.
Hmm.
Mm.
See, Red Fox, we're never up by ourselves. That's why this stuff was so important. We learned that there's other people out there having the same similar situations.
Well, yeah, it is, yo, it is.
It's hard to
Like I
balance.
said, I'm not gonna say easier. It's easier to mask how it makes us feel. I say that, but it ain't easy.
Okay, Marcus said, I have three baby moms. One is a stranger. Her mom has separated us. So, Marcus, we talk about this on this show.
You doing well, Billy?
Have you gone to court for visitation rights for that child? All right, Hillbilly, thank you for joining.
Right? Like, are you on the birth certificate? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Are you
Are
on the
you on child
question,
support?
Marcus? Are
Like,
you on the birth certificate? Did you go to court for visitation rights? Right? Because these people cannot take your children away from you without you fighting. Like you gotta fight for that. Gotta fight for that. Oh, you did. And is she not following the visitation rights? And have you called 911? Oh, she's 18 now. Forget it.
she said what?
She's 18 now, the child.
Okay, so I mean, can you reach out to the child? Like, is there any
Yeah.
way for you to do that? Because regardless of what's happened up to this point or what her mother has made her believe, like you still gotta try. So at the end of the day, she will know. Okay, I'm older now, and now I can look at a lot of things. Oh, my mama was the liar. It was never my daddy. My daddy went him because of my mama. Oh, okay. So you know what I mean? She's more at an age where your child's more at an age where they'll understand possibly why you weren't there now. You know what I'm saying? But not before. No, but if you keep fighting.
And I've tried several times. You're gonna have to keep.
If you know where she at, pull up on her then.
Yep, you're gonna have to keep
Pull up
trying.
on her.
That you know we can
But
use.
peacefully,
Yeah,
like pull up on her and don't try to rush or force yourself into a relationship with her. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got to start with, her only want to give you a social media account and y'all talk through there before she give you a number for direct contact with her, then do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Until she sees the truth. You know what I'm saying? Fuck is my choice.
he said we were cool for a few years when I moved back home. So what happened? What if y'all were cool for a few years when you moved back home? What happened? I'm trying to wait on her. I miss her. Listen, you got with a parent. I tell my son this all the time because my 21-year-old is very flighty ghosty. And I tell my son, I don't care how hard it is, how much it hurt, even if you call her, she don't call you
Right, babe.
back, even if you text her and she don't text you back, you keep reaching out. You send her, I love you, thinking about her, right? Send her a letter, send her a card. Make sure that you are present even when they don't want you to be present. Sometimes humble yourself. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. She's 18 though, so her mom shouldn't really have control over that at this point. Cheryl Lee said it's easier to beat into submission, but what are the different types of lessons that the child can learn from those with good combination? All right, Cheryl Lee got a question. What can the child learn from the whipping? I don't know. I mean, we have something that we don't necessarily have to beat our children, right? But again, our kids,
That shit hurt and they don't want another one.
it's something we grew up with. That's the ways of how we grew up, right? And it wasn't until the kids start threatening parents with the cops and shit like that, and child services and the laws started to focus in on child abuse and shit like that because people were taking it too far. That now people have refrained from physically beating their kids. I mean, not everybody, but you know what I'm saying. People say I beat my kids. People act like, oh my God, you beat them. Like in these days and times, people are shocked when people be like, I hit my kids. They be like, what? Right?
Yeah, I don't say words like that. You know what I'm
Normal.
saying? Like I don't say words like that. I don't say words like I beat my kids or I hit them. I say I whoop them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. There's something about the word hit and beat that sounds a little excessive. You know what I'm saying? It sounds
Right.
like you're going a little too far.
Right.
But whooping, oh shit, I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody in there one of these courthouses, no badge, no good. You not gonna tell me how to discipline my children. What if you don't get the fuck on somewhere? Like and clearly the way that you doing it clearly ain't right either because this kid still doing bad shit. Man, so like
Wait,
your way ain't right, motherfucker.
your average logical thinker said, sorry, but whoopings are necessary for certain
Facts.
circumstances.
Facts.
Oh my God. So what do y'all think? You think whippings are necessary for children for certain
Yeah, yeah.
circumstances?
Yeah.
Red Fox said one child learns because they know we are the parents, and if we hurt them when we normally don't, then they know whatever they did was wrong.
Like I said, that shit hurt enough to where it let you know not to do that shit again.
Yep. Rachel said this generation is super sensitive. I asked that question.
As fuck.
Are we super sensitive or not?
It's like,
My
ooh.
kid was being a hellion for a week straight. I had to tap that ass naked and ain't had a problem since.
Right out the tub, goddamn it. That was, man, them used to be the worst
Those are
fucking
the
ones.
old throwback beatings, y'all.
Them used to be the worst fucking ones. Your mama
Look
catch
at
you
the
getting
old
in the
throwback
tub,
beatings, them naked beatings.
and you
People
still
still do
wet.
the naked beatings.
Man, damn the nigga be. I remember like going
I
to get
got
a
in the
whooping,
nigga
and every
before.
time my mom would tell me, put your hands on the bed and put your pants down. What? Why? Why? Well, just hit my shorts. Damn, hit my pants. Nah, we want skin.
Exactly.
Goddamn it,
They
we
want the
want
ass
skin.
cheeks in the
Yeah,
skin.
yeah.
Yeah. But you know what, Shirley? That's what the slave master did, whip us into submission and without our clothes. They would strip the shirts off the men's back, off the women's back, and beat them, right? And so it makes you think when we beat our kids naked, where does that come from? Like, where the fuck we get that from?
Man,
I'm
look,
just saying some shit we normalize and we don't
I'm,
even know, we don't even recognize that we normalize some learned behavior.
and you know what though? And you know what though? As fucked up as it is, it worked. It worked.
Mm-hmm. Listen,
That's
I
we
got
say,
beaten growing up.
and that's
Okay.
why I say whoop. I'm not
Oh, whoop.
beating.
We're gonna say
I'm
whoop.
not
I got whooped
beating.
growing
I'm
up.
not hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like when I hear somebody talking about they hit their kid, I automatically think like you hit them with a closed fist type shit. You know,
Oh.
or beat them like they probably ain't got like little blood
So
drawn.
when you whip them with a belt? Like what you
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I don't do the switches because that shit right there that breaks skin. You know what I'm saying? That causes whelps. I mean, and all kind of fucked up shit. I don't do switches. But
Wait,
I definitely yank the bed off my waist.
this generation scares me. I don't know if whippings will help them, but I pray it does. Nobody getting beat now.
I feel
Not,
like these kids was getting the motherfucking whipping growing up. They wouldn't be as fucking sensitive and as fucking dumb as they are out there now.
I mean, or something, because
Cause it's like, man,
we
these little kids, shit, like these kids saying the shit in the song, talking about square up and fight who? I'm just gonna shoot you. What? You that much of a bitch? You
yeah,
that
that's
scared of getting your ass whooped?
nobody want to fight no more.
No, boy, you pussy. Fuck out of here. But you think you a man. All right. Kill somebody and go live with some men and watch your booty hole get played with.
You
And man, I be praying that shit happen to you young dumb motherfuckers who go to jail for stupid shit. I hope them grown swole ass motherfuckers in there and they're fucking the shit out your little dumb ass.
Wait, Marcus said extension cord, shoe, the fucking shoe broom,
Oh, I didn't call that
everything.
extension. Oh, I definitely
Growing
called
up,
that
you
extension
got
cord
beat with
before.
whatever. I remember my friend said her mama yanked the phone. It was either a girl or a guy. I can't remember who told me the story, but they said they were getting ready to get beat and they ran from their mama. The mama, remember the phones that used to be on the wall, the old rotary phones with the long cords, ripped the whole phone off the wall and threw it at the motherfucker and hit them in their leg, fucked up their ankle.
What?
You can't fuck with
And
them
Shirley, yeah,
Kodak.
it did bring a lot of trauma, but again, that's why I said a whooping, not no beating, not nothing extensive. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't whoop my kids' ass to release. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wait,
no,
yo, I'm not laughing. I don't want people to think I'm laughing at the beat. But
no,
it's the
you
way,
laughing at y'all. I know what you're laughing
yeah,
at.
I'm just laughing at the way y'all saying this shit. Y'all, I can't with y'all. I'm fucking dead. I'm not laughing at the beat is y'all. I for real, I'm not. But y'all are just really crazy. I mean, Juanita said, I never like getting hit, so I stayed straight. I got wood, put all kinds of things. You got hit with all kinds of things, switches, electric cords, pot covers, slip, shoes. I'm not laughing, but it's the way y'all describing the weapon. Um, they don't know how to knuckle up. No, they don't. People don't fight no more.
It's
Ghost.
like, man, even if you get your ass whooped, who cares? Who cares? You still alive, motherfucker. I mean, hey, say, I think I said this before. I'd rather fight you before I shoot you, but if I gotta shoot you, I will. Uh, if you whip my ass, kudos to you. But just know, every time I see you, we gonna fight till I win. Just know this. You know what I'm saying? So
So you gonna keep fighting?
we gonna
You
fight
know,
every
we
time I
gonna
see you.
let me. I have a quick little story. My son cracked me up because his patience be fucked up. Like he's the one that, when he was wild, he knew that some fight you win, some fight you lose, but he didn't give a fuck. He was still gonna fight, right? And so I remember this particular time he was in the Who Scout, And I was such a pain in the ass mom. I called the administrative office, wrote letters to the warden. I fucking harassed them till they knew my name. They started calling me. I was like, my son is in the that fucking CO is prejudiced. I would have him moved around the jail, all kind of shit, right? That's why I'd be like, y'all be thinking y'all don't got no power. Write letters to the fucking warden. You got power. All right. This particular time, my son was in he got cut, he got poked and shit. It ended up in medical, right? And when I got to speak to him, I said, what the fuck happened? And I called the CO that I knew was a friend of a coworker, and they told me what happened. He was playing cards. You know, they play cards for money in jail and shit, poker, whatever the fuck it may be. And he said this guy was beating him and talking shit. He said the guy was talking shit and he was pissed. So he took his Susie Q cupcake and he slapped the guy across the face with his cupcake and told him to shut the fuck up. I'm laughing, but my son got poked over this shit. He said they start fighting. He said when you fight him, you don't feel nothing. He said he see blood. He fighting. He see blood. Both of them bleeding, but he didn't realize he got poked like in his head somewhere and in his side. They took him to medical. He said, I didn't even know. He said, but I'm the one who slapped the motherfucker with the Susie Q. I was mad at his ass, but I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight
you. But that's jail, though. That's jail. You got to. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. If he wouldn't have slapped him in that moment of that boy talking shit, it probably would have been more problems for your son than he really wanted.
Yeah, he was listen, one of the CEOs told me when he called me on the phone, he was like, listen, you call up here harassing us all the time, but your son know how to jail. He good. I used to be like, oh, I just want to make sure. They were like, you ain't got
to. That ain't the free world. Jail's not free world. All that shit that people think that works on situations that you go through in the world, that shit don't work in jail.
Yep, you gotta fight.
It's kill or be killed in that hoe.
You gotta fight, you know. And so he was always fighting, and I was like, what the fuck? So, you know, I'm just saying. Hillbilly said earlier, if a child is getting whipped at home, he's not surprised when the child is hitting at school. There's a possibility. So for all those, like, I grew up being beaten. I never bullied anybody.
Yeah, I don't say me either.
I never bullied
my ass.
I was bullied in junior high school, and I had to fight my way through junior high school, but I never bullied anybody. And I never beat up on people that didn't deserve to be beat. Okay. I never did that. So yes, some kids might grow up. That's why I say, you know, there's some parents that whip their kids and there's some parents that abuse their kids, right? Even though I got whippings, I never thought I was abused.
I was like, see, and that's the thing though, Shirley. Like, yeah, what he said was the abused turns to the abuser. Well, whooping our kids ain't abusing them. Like I said, that's why I say it's certain words because there's certain levels to the shit. Like I just whoop. Like I said, I'm not trying to release all my anger that I got stored up on my kid when I whoop you and no shit like that. Like no, I feel like whatever it is that you did deserves whatever degree of ass whooping I give you.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there's a difference. You're punishing a child for something they did. You're not just coming home drunk, beating up on your kid for no reason. Like your kid is not home every day scared when you walk through the door, scared that you're going to choke them out for no reason. So I think that that's where we tether the line of disciplining our children and abusing. And when they put these laws in place, they just ran with the shit.
Nah, Patricia, I mean that.
And either abusive or docile. I would go in my room under my breath, cuss my mother out. I hated it. My father never whipped me.
It's like that. That's getting a whooping don't make you you know, abusive, docile like that or whatever. That's not most of the cases. That's why I said a whooping, not a beat, not all that extra shit. But it actually, what it also do though, like it gives you structure. You know what I'm saying? It gives you structure as well. Like to every action, there's a reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like to every negative, there's a positive. Like there's an opposite to every fucking thing. So yeah, there are negatives that come with it, but there's also positives as well. You can't focus only on the negative.
Well, everything works different on everybody, and everybody's circumstance is different. Marcus said, I think my mom would be going through shit and took it out on me as the oldest. That's possible too.
Yeah.
Right? Because A lot of times people don't deal with their own trauma and they take it out on somebody else. I could see that happening, Marcus. And I can see what you're saying too, Pat, but that's where we're talking about abusive,
Yeah,
right? Because
that's
I
what.
didn't grow up angry and I didn't grow up docile. Of course, I'm not docile and I'm not abusive, right? As a matter of fact, this is one of the reasons why listen. This is why my husband's finger almost got sliced off. I'm afraid of abuse, physical abuse, especially emotional abuse. I just learned to identify within these last several years. But physical abuse, when we're arguing and you walking towards me, automatically I think back of when I witnessed my mother being beat, and I back up towards the knife block, and I'm swinging with the knife because I
Yeah.
don't want your ass to come close to me while you arguing. Stay the fuck over there like we were in a pandemic, 6 feet apart, motherfucker, and say what you gotta say over there. Don't walk towards me talking.
I'm telling you, arguing. You can't be walking up on me
No,
arguing. You automatically put me in that.
uh-uh.
You
Don't walk
trying
on
to do
me.
something to me. You trying to do something to me. So you gonna make me take off on you before you get take off on me.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
started swinging the knife and split his finger, and he couldn't believe it. And I was like, listen, don't fucking. He was like, you really thought I don't know what to fucking think. Stay the fuck over there and run your mouth. Don't walk up on me. And so I'm very afraid of being hit. One guy slapped the fuck out of me so hard, my earring flew out my ear. I put my arm out and waved for a taxi. I was the fuck out of there. Okay. Because I feel like when the motherfucker hit you once, it's going to happen the fuck again. And I don't like being hit.
Especially if you let it. Especially if you let it happen.
Yeah, I don't like being hit. Fuck that. Mm-mm. You want to hit my ass during sex, choke me or some
I'm
shit
gonna
like
tell you.
that.
I ain't gonna lie though. Sometimes you motherfuckers make a nigga want to slap the shit out you though. I ain't gonna.
I can make you want to. You better do it in your head. Do like Pat said. Go to the room and cuss me the fuck out in your head.
I'm. I'm gonna say I feel like sometimes. Well, I'm gonna say the ones that deserve it is the ones that's intentionally trying to make you do it. You know what
Then
I'm
you
saying?
should leave. Then you should
Well,
leave.
no, I mean that's true too. You should leave,
Yeah,
but
when
at the same
people poke
time,
you to make you like that, and
ain't stupid games and stupid prizes. You know what
my
I'm
son,
saying?
I
And
remember my son said to me, "I'm gonna risk my freedom if I stay." That was one of his girlfriends. He was like, "I'm gonna risk
was he? Yeah, like when you younger, you ain't think about no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When you younger, like it is what it is.
it." Yep.
But when you actually got like you have
Shit to lose.
responsibilities and you got shit to live for, you like, you know what?
No, he was
Like, bro, you,
in his 30s when he said
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Like by then,
Jail.
like, nah, bitch, I don't you need to move
He's
fuck
like,
on.
I'm not going back to jail because I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm about to lose my freedom. You got to walk away
Yeah,
when people are pushing your buttons like that. Yeah, Shirley, I agree with that. Parenting is hard and takes a lot of patience and reflecting. And that's
it
why
do.
I'm damn glad that I only had one because that motherfucker ripped me like 10. I'm
So,
glad I only had one. Darnell Ruffin in 8th grade body slammed me, knocked the wind out of me. I'll never forget. Damn, you know his name? Wait a minute. She said Darnell Ruffin in the 8th grade body slammed me, knocked the wind out of me. I'll never forget. And you know his whole name. Wow.
man,
Wow. Wow. You never forget that. It's like that guy who threw me. His name is Charles. I don't know his whole name, his last name, but he threw me in the closet. He got tired of my shit. I used to come in the classroom, cooties, 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 second and third. Cooties. I did one cooties too much and he fucked me up, flipped over the desk and picked me up and threw me in the closet. I ain't never said a cootie again. Never said another cootie. That was second, 3rd grade. I got my ass kicked a good couple of times through school. I was a I was a little bit annoying. No, you don't. Marcus said you don't forget a body slam. You fucking don't.
hell nah.
You certainly do not.
I was like, you don't forget body slams and you don't forget slaps. You don't forget those.
You don't forget slaps? No, I'm telling you,
Like
I
man,
slapped the
like
fuck out of me.
in a fight, like if two dudes finna fight, then you sitting there arguing, and one guy slaps the dog shit out the other one.
Back.
Even if he end up getting his ass drugged down the fucking street,
It don't
Nobody
matter.
gonna give a fuck about the fact that you whooped his ass. They only gonna remember that boy slapped
That
the fuck
motherfucker
out you.
slapped you like a
That's
bitch.
all they gonna fucking remember.
Yep.
And so
Deb
he's like,
said
yeah.
at average, Suarez Harris. Y'all know these motherfuckers' full names? Suarez Harris whipped my ass in the 4th grade. Y'all know the people's full damn names.
But what's crazy is both y'all talking about it was some guys that whipped y'all ass. Like,
Yes.
it
In
was no
elementary
girls.
school, they didn't teach them don't hit the girls. If you hit them fucking guys, they were fucking you up. What you talking about?
Man.
Wait, Juanita said if I got beat up, I would catch that ass after school when you walk in by yourself. Listen, I got beat up twice by that guy who threw me. Well, that wasn't really a beat up. He just shut me the fuck up. He threw me in a closet. But then I got beat up by this girl, Allison. I don't remember her last name, but she gave me 2 black eyes. Man, she came out in that schoolyard. I told her I was gonna fuck her up. I was like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm tired of you talking shit about me. And I went in like a girl, swinging like this. Me, I'm gonna fuck you up. This bitch came out like this. Back, back. Fucked me up. I was like, wait. I was done.
Oh, and you light skinned too?
Yeah. He fucked me out. I was like, damn it. I thought I was gonna fuck her up. She gave me that man stance and said, back,
Suarez
back.
was a girl?
Others.
Okay. I thought Suarez was a guy.
Oh, Suarez was a girl. I thought it was a guy too. Yes, that's trauma. Children are people too. That's true. Now that's why being hit is a trigger for me. It makes me know I could murder. I could commit murder. I'm telling you. You know, there's a lot of motherfuckers in jail for stabbing people that hit them and shooting people that, you know. Aquanda said,
I can see.
nobody put hands on you. You bigger than everybody.
Hey, man, can you imagine, especially being little, getting hit by a big, heavy-handed motherfucker? Whew.
I think if anybody messed with the bigger people in school, I don't know, because I was always little and they always bothered me.
And
They used
see,
to call me
and
rat, bald
like,
head,
too,
head bitch.
you know what I'm saying? That's the same way I feel about, I know for a fact, if I slap the shit out of somebody, they gonna feel some type of way because my hand is big as fuck and it covers your entire fucking face. And I know this. Man, like, you think you gonna have a handprint right here? No, like, I'm coming all across, I'm hitting everything.
They're gonna have 5 fingers across their face.
Man, all they gonna see is the bottom of the fingers across your face because the rest of it went across your head and everything else.
Oh my God. Your average logical thinker. Yes, Pat is definitely dropping a gem. At Pat, I feel you. Took me a while to realize he has feelings, so I talk to him more. And I love that. This is why we learn. We learn from each other. We learn from our experiences, right? This is why I have this cup no judgment, because I don't, we're doing the best we can when we raise our children and stuff. And people want to judge how you raise your kid and the methods that you use, but we all learn in the fuck.
Black out and see nothing but fucking red. Don't see shit but fucking red. And like I tell my kids that though. I say don't ever start no fight, but make sure you finish it. I said, so if somebody hits you, I said when you hit them back, I said don't stop. I said you keep going till somebody pull you off. I said, but don't stop. The moment you hit them, you keep taking off on their ass.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stop. Don't ever stop hitting the motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Cheryl Lee, that's a great point. She said adults need whippings too, but because they are a certain age or height, they get a different type of respect.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how old you are, how big you are, or what your gender is, bitch. We grown, so you definitely know the difference between right and wrong. So you come to me to wrong me in whatever type of way you can catch it. I don't discriminate at all.
I can't, y'all. Yeah, childhood trauma. Right. And so the lesson today is do not suppress your childhood trauma, because in one way or another, that shit plays out. Shows up in your kids, it shows up in your relationships, it shows up in your life and how we navigate on a day-to-day basis, right? And what we learned on here today is everybody got different perspective on how they raise their kids, what type of discipline they're using for their kids. And I always say, everything doesn't work the same for everybody, right? One of the things that used to irritate my ass is when people used to tell me how to raise my child before they had kids. And then when they had their kids, I'd be looking at them like, what? Right? Being a parent doesn't come with a book. Navigating this thing we call life every day doesn't come with a book. We leverage several books to help to use them as guides and to keep us in the right frame of mind and to educate us about various aspects in life. But ultimately, we have to decide what works for us as individuals, right? And we have to learn to stop trying to put our perspectives and our way of life on other people and tell them they're wrong because they're doing something other than, right? I don't know, y'all. Again, learning that everybody's perception is not the same and reality is not the same, all right? And that's it, and that's all. But I appreciate y'all this morning. As always, it's 10 o'clock. Y'all asses, listen, my mother said when I get to Florida, she is not tolerating this 2 hour shit because we got to go to the beach and shit like that. So I'm going to be going live.
Like that. Don't act like that. Don't act like that.
Don't act like that.
Don't act like
I'm
that.
gonna be in Florida. I was gonna say, Ghost. I'm gonna be in Florida going live from the beach and all kind of shit.
I was saying, and that's cool. What I'm saying, the live can be mobile, but
Yeah.
don't be talking about ending it, mama. Like, why would you do that?
Oh, because she's saying by the time I sit on her balcony, but I'm like, she don't know that I can move the live around, right? So she ain't got nothing to worry about. Like I could move the live, I could do the live from my cell phone, right? And so I could do it from the beach, I could do it from everywhere. But I'll tell Miss Sandy, say, hey, with her freaky self, Lord. Y'all should see her bathing suits. Listen, wait till I post my mother's bathing suits. She is not right, y'all. She trying to give me a heart attack. She done went to the store and bought bikinis. But she told me her stomach gonna be out. This is my mama, y'all. She said her stomach gonna be out. She got little legs, big titties in the stomach. This gonna be hilarious. I know she gonna be sexy though. So we gonna have a good time. I done packed I said, oh my, you made me feel bad. I didn't even pack a bikini. I packed like 3 or 4. Oh no, I got one bikini. I had one bikini, but like 3 or 4 full one pieces, right? And when she said she had 2 bikinis, I was like, hold up, let me throw another bikini in here because the freak my mother trying to show the hell out at the beach in St. Petersburg. We gonna get her man.
You and this fucking chew toy, dog. You allowed.
Leave that damn dog alone. She did pat. She got a bikini pat. I'm gonna take a picture.
That's what I was hoping too, that he would leave me alone. Like out of this whole big ass garage,
He love you, Ghost. Don't do that.
I don't fuck with this dog.
Wait, Georgie said you two are something else. I hope that's me and my Maddie one day. It can be, Georgie. It can be. Right? We are, listen, me and my mother are close. Okay, she get on my nerves, I get on her nerves, but you can't fuck with it. Okay, your average logical thinker, you got therapy and I have a meeting to prepare for. So I'm going to go ahead and end. Thank you, Ghost, as always, for co-hosting with me. Thank you, Hillbilly, for jumping on. When I come back from Florida, I'm going to get serious about working on this squalor in the holla and figure out how many people are really going to go and trying to lock down the plans for the holla in the squalor the weekend of July 21st. All right. And so let's make it happen. This is how we meet each other. This is how, we build, this is our foundation that we're building, right? Getting around, meeting each other and expanding. What the hell are you laughing at? I have my stomach and titties out too. Aquanda, we know that's going to be in Cancun. You're going to have your stomach and titties out. My mother's not coming to Cancun, but she's going to have her ass and shit out in Florida. All right, DeSantis already got a problem with us. So let's see how this is going to work out on the St. Petersburg beach. The fuck? And one more thing before I end. Y'all see how Miami is trying to act like they're not a part of Florida? We're going to have to talk about this a little bit more in depth tomorrow. I don't think I'm going into the office tomorrow because I'm planning on leaving Wednesday and I need another day of getting ready. But we're going to have to talk about this shit that's going on in Florida with Ron DeSantis because now he passed the bill that say if you get caught with any immigrants, like your cousin your brother. Like if they didn't get the fuck, they didn't
All
go.
y'all going to jail.
All y'all going to jail. So if your cousin left Jamaica and didn't fuck go back, or left Africa and didn't fuck go back, or Mexico or wherever the fuck, if you guys have get pulled over and IDs are asked for, and if you have a person in your car or with you that is an immigrant without papers, an undocumented immigrant, you are getting arrested with them.
So pretty
Now
much, they want you to police your own people with them. Man, like you constantly gotta ask your friends, hey man, you legal? Like let me see,
asking
let me
my
see your
friends that.
documentation. Let me see when your visa expire type shit. Like what? Like
Thank
I
you.
would
Like
be
that ain't none of
offended.
my
I would
business.
be offended if my friend or my family member would ever asked me that shit. Like I would be offended as fuck. That would probably be a slap the shit out you moment.
That's what I'm saying. So we got to talk about this tomorrow because this is really crazy to me because how many people, I mean, the fuck, I know a lot of people that ain't got their papers. The fuck, that ain't my business.
Right.
Why are you making it my problem? I don't work for the law enforcement. I don't work for immigration. I'm minding my business.
Like I'm not doing your job for you. That's not my job to be policing other people. I don't get paid to do that. Fuck out of here.
Exactly. Now, what would my charges be? If you pull me over, what are you
Harboring a fugitive, harboring an immigrant or some shit like that.
Is
Probably.
that a felony for me?
I'm probably so. I'm pretty
Because
sure.
it's a felony for the immigrant, they say.
I'm pretty sure it would be.
So that my whole career is at risk hanging around my friends.
Because you ain't asked them when does your visa expire? Are you here legally? Type shit.
So when I go to Florida, I just want to tell my mother this right now. Can't nobody ride in our car because I don't fucking know them. I just don't know this is crazy.
So this is what I want to know. So let's say you get an Uber out there and your Uber driver is an immigrant without a thing. Do
You
you
are
go
no,
to jail as a passenger too?
you don't know because you're just a customer. It's not a personal relation. So, but the Uber is gonna get penalized, and the guy that's driving you is gonna get arrested. But you as a passenger, that's different. But they're saying personal. You can't now. Come on, the bus driver, the cab drivers. We got to worry about all of this shit.
See, that motherfucker has control issues.
He's running for president. He's trying to run for president too.
I don't think well, as much as I would say he ain't gonna make it, I also thought
I
Donald
said that
Trump,
about Trump, and he made
Donald
it.
Trump dumbass wasn't gonna make it, but clearly this motherfucker got in there. Money will get you anywhere, no matter how dumb you are. This motherfucker ain't got a political bone in his body. He became president. What the fuck?
Yeah, Juanita, Miami always acted like they were not a part of Florida, and they're really upset right now. I was watching on some kind of news platform where they were asking some of the state officials about this Ron DeSantis shit that's going, and they were like, "That's not their governor." But they were like, he's the governor of the state of Florida. And these state officials was like, Miami is not a part of Florida. Like, they don't want to fucking be bothered because Ron DeSantis is going to fuck up tourism. Miami is big with tourism, right? So now you got these motherfuckers, NAACP, already doing a boycott because they're saying, don't go to fuck to Florida if you're black. It's a boycott already going on, telling black people don't go to Florida because they don't want your ass there, right? What happens after boycotts, right? Then other shit start happening.
Yeah, that's really gonna fucking hurt they shit. That'll hurt
That's
them.
gonna hurt that tourism because people gonna be like, wait, all them
Not the tourism. I'm talking about what Patricia's talking about. Talking the Hispanic truck driver talking about boycotting Florida.
yes,
That's gonna
yes,
hurt.
yep, they're boycotting. Yes, they are boycotting. This is what I'm saying. All these boycotts are happening. What do you think is gonna happen ultimately? None of these Americans, I'm not going to say none of these Americans, but a lot of Americans are not going for these jobs that these Mexicans are doing. That's
That's
why
gonna,
there's so many fucking Mexicans on these jobs.
that'll make them get their shit together because that was like that Hispanic truck driver that killed them people in that accident or whatever. But it wasn't even his fault. They was trying to get that boy like pretty much so many years that he would never seen the light of day again. And the truck driver started boycotting going that way and going to that state. And like you just seen them bitches lined up on the freeway for miles and wasn't going nowhere. And they dropped that boy's sentence down. They reduced that shit like a motherfucker. So like boycotting will do a lot. It'll
I
do a
know.
lot, especially when y'all get to starving out there.
And you know what's good about this? when all cultures boycott, not just black,
Hell yeah. When
when
everybody come
all
in.
people boycott. This is the difference between the United States and Europe. Like when Europe gets some fucked up shit happening, y'all saw in Europe where they extended the social security age. They tried to say you had to go to 67 or 70 or whatever, and all these motherfuckers in Europe was about to retire.
Whole fucking place stood the fuck up.
Everybody in Europe was
Everybody.
outside. Did you see that, Ghost?
Everybody.
Everybody was outside. It wasn't just Fifth Avenue in New
Like
York
that
City.
shit looked like Obama's inauguration. There was so many fucking people out there.
The whole fucking country was outside. They were like,
Man.
fuck you. Okay? Europe showed up and showed out. They were like, nah, fuck this. We flipping over buildings and everything. Okay? But the United States of America, we fight in little pockets. And for a short while. Like we'll fight for a while and then it get quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It get quiet. And we wait for something else to happen. Then we fight for a little while and then it get quiet. But meanwhile, all these states are still passing these bills and fucking it up for the minority. And I mean all minorities. So for the Spanish people, and I know some of y'all gonna cuss me out before I end this show today, but for the Spanish motherfuckers that be trying to act like y'all ain't minority and y'all ain't black, you gonna get a wake-up call very shortly. Florida is showing y'all motherfuckers that you are black, because a lot of Spanish people walk around trying to act like they white. But let me tell you something, Florida, for all the Hispanics that live in Florida, you too are included in the exclusion of DEI and black history and any other cultural history outside of white.
I was like, 'cause it's some sedity ass black motherfuckers out here who got nothing but white friends. And even though you may have grew up like that or you think that was gonna help you or whatever, when shit hit the fan, it don't matter. You still a nigga. It don't matter. No matter what you did for them before then, up to
Right. And for
whatever.
all those that are biracial and got a white mama or a white daddy and their hair is real sexy and shit and they real light skin, you too will find out that your white daddy or your white mama can't save you. I'm just saying.
Man, you
People
gotta
better
listen
pay
to
attention to
that.
what is going on.
Listen to that Jay-Z song. I want to say it's called like OJ or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I find it, I send it to you.
Okay.
I sent it. It relates to all this.
Yeah. I mean, we got to pay attention. It's very scary because I'm going to tell you no lie. The shit that I see going on, I'm like, it's just a ticking time bomb, right? And I want to say the minorities of today are not the same minorities of centuries ago. Motherfuckers are not going out. We speak English. We understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, right? Be careful out here, y'all. Pay attention. Because Ron DeSantis is on some shit. So when I get to Florida, I'm going to be like, somebody need a ride? Nope. And I'll be like, no, because your governor is crazy. You can't even give motherfuckers a ride no more. Because you don't know if they got papers or not. This is crazy. These are the times we're living in.
I
All
just
right.
sent it to your IG.
Oh, you did? All right, thank you. I just see it came up. All right, thanks. Yep, Marcus Jim Crow. That's over there in Mississippi. Are they trying?
Honestly, I don't really think it. I think Trump really got in because it don't matter who the fuck was running up against him.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they were gonna let a woman be president in any fucking way. So it didn't matter who ran up against her. It was just, oh
It
god,
was good timing for Trump.
that's all it
Good
was.
timing for Trump.
All the fuck it was.
And it's good timing for him again if they let him run again, even though he was convicted of a not a criminal charge, but a civil charge for the sexual assault. I don't know how that plays into him running as president-elect. But if he runs, it's going to be another good time for him because look who the fuck he's running against. DeSantis, Biden, possibly the Kennedy guy. Kennedy saying he might stand in for Kennedy Jr.'s son or whatever, stand in for presidential elect. That'll be our Democrat. Trump could get in again with the people he running against at this point.
If Trump becomes president again and people get bold again like they was. Racist people get bold again like they was when he was in office last time. It's just gonna be more videos of Karens and Kens out there getting their ass whooped. That's all because these ain't the black people from back in the day. I'll beat your ass. Nah.
Trump and DeSantis will probably win because the people who back them hate anyone that's not like them. Right. And the thing is they're not racist. Well, I don't know about DeSantis, but Trump, he's not necessarily racist. Trump doesn't like anybody who don't have money. If you white and you poor, he don't like you. Y'all think he do, but he don't like you. He only like the white 1%. Right? The people with money. He don't like nobody else. And that's the thing about Trump. I feel like he feels the way he feels about everybody that don't have money. DeSantis, I don't know. He strike me as racist. Okay? It's the money. Okay? The poor folks are gonna suffer. Because I want to know why the condos by my mother are $3 million. That's what I want to know. I thought Florida was an affordable state. What the fuck? Okay. And on that note, y'all, we can continue the Trump and the DeSantis conversation tomorrow because that is something that we do need to talk about. Because for those that live in Florida, I want to know how they're easily adapting. And for those that think it's easy for people to just get up and move from Florida, I want to know why you feel that that's such an easy thing to do. And ultimately, what should the people of Florida do that are at risk? Let's talk about it tomorrow. Money ain't a damn thing funny. You right about that, Marcus. All right. And with that, I'm gonna send y'all out with the positive vibes of the day. Deuces, Ghost, thank you for joining. You know what I say, right? Even when you feel low, you can still go. Reminder that Friday will be Coffee with Friends After Dark. Y'all know what that means. 8:00 p.m. YouTube. If you're following me on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel and you hit the bell so that you are aware when I go live. All right. And if you want to be a part of our Discord family, that's our 24/7 support line. When you need some help, when you need to talk to somebody, okay, you just need an ear. That's what Discord is for. We thank Zen for setting that up for us, Coffee with Friends. And with that, y'all, I'm going to send y'all out with these vibes. But I tell y'all, I will be back tomorrow, no matter how low.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I don't. Go. This is Coffee with Friends. And I am Raw to D-Bone. Come back tomorrow, y'all. Hey, get this message. What? I've been doing shit my way or the highway. And in the driveway, it's a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, now I don't complain. Just flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredients. What? But I just fly right by that energy. Hey! And you can. And you can. I never answer to no, man, I still go. And I don't. Peace, y'all. I'm out. Hey!